Welcome to Gumtree.com, London's online community forums. Now, as you can see, Gumtree has a number of community forums all on this one handy to reach page. Okay, starting out over here we have flat and house share, where you can offer rooms for rent, or if you're looking for something you can go into this section as well. Going down here we have flats and houses for rent, where you can offer a house if you have it for rent, or if you're looking for somewhere to rent you can list an ad in the wanted section. You can do home swap, parking and storage, and also office space. Now this section here, stuff for sale, is where you can list everything you have for sale. On the other hand, if you're looking for something that you need for your house while staying in London, you're most likely to find it here. We have everything from household furniture and computers to baby and kid stuff, sports, leisure and travel, house clearance where you'll find a lot of bargains, miscellaneous, swap shop where people are willing to swap stuff with you, and once again down here you can list stuff wanted if you actually want something that's not listed in here. Over here we have the community section. Gumtastic ads. Now this is a special section where Gumtree lists funny ads or interesting ads. So just clicking in there to give you an example of what those kind of ads are. And once this loads up, okay, so as you can see over here, somebody in Donnybrook has a giraffe fetish. So if we click on that, the ad actually says, "Anyone fancy giraffes? I have lots of photos of these. Would be prepared to show my collection to the right person, or anyone with decent photos, preferably up close shots, want to do swaps. Would be good to hear from you." Now this actually may not be serious, or it might in fact be serious, but either way, Gumtree have thought that it's funny or an interesting ad, and that's why it's in the Gumtastic section. So going back to the home page, okay, in the community section we have communities, sports, teams and partners, skills and language swap, rideshare, lost and found pets, events and gigs, bands and musicians, artists and theatre, creative writing, thank yous, celeb spotting, last night and confessions. So these are all the kind of things where you can meet up with people and participate in activities in the community, and also like thank people, thank friends, or thank relatives or people you stayed with and that type of thing, or where in fact you can actually make an anonymous confession to something. So that's interesting. Here we have the travel section, which has travel partners and travel services and tours. So if you're looking for a cheap bargain and somewhere to some tickets to Europe maybe, or cheap flights back home, you can have a look in there. Okay, now this section is quite interesting. It's called the friends and dating section. This is where people go to meet people for either friendship or possible relationships and things of that nature. So you have guys seeking girls, girls seeking guys, guys seeking guys, girls seeking girls, casual relationships, which is for people wanting to meet up for a less serious relationship but to have some fun. Desperately seeking and misconnections are really for if you're looking for somebody specific who you can't find, but you know they're in London or they've been in London or something like that. Okay, moving over here we have the jobs section, which is pretty self-explanatory. Companies within London and the UK will list jobs in all these sections here. All you need to do is go through the different sections for the kind of jobs you're looking for. So if you're after a sales job, just click on sales and go into that section and all the jobs will be listed. Also down here we have work wanted. So if you have a particular skill set and you're looking for a job in London, you can post your own ad in the work wanted section, and it will get listed there, and potential employers can have a look and see what skills you have and if you'd be suitable for any jobs they have. A good idea might be, before you leave home, if you're from Australia or New Zealand, is to list work wanted before you leave, and actually put the dates you're arriving in London and what dates you're able to start work, and that way you might line something up before you actually get to London. Okay, the services section here is for all types of services that you may be needing while in London. You've got tax, money, legal, visas. Once again, if you're working in London, you'll actually need to do a tax return, so you might find somebody that can help you with that in this section. Property, travel and shipping. Now shipping, once you leave London, you'll probably note that you've accumulated a lot of stuff that you didn't have when you first came to London, so you'll need to ship that home somehow. There's a lot of shipping companies that do it quite cheap, and they'll provide boxes and everything, and you'll find them in here. On the other hand, you could sell those goods over here before you leave, but anything you're left over with, you're either going to need to give to friends or give away, or ship at home using this section here. Computer services, building, home removals, health and beauty services, tuition, entertainment, and miscellaneous. Okay, so you can have a look through those sections and see what each one of them contains. Okay, over here on the right, we have other cities. So Gumtree.com isn't just for London, that's where it started out, but you can actually go to specific cities within England, Scotland, Wales, Poland, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Asia, or Ireland. So basically, they will have ads specific to those particular area locations. Okay, now, just as an example of how you would post an ad, it's quite easy. If I'm after, say, a ticket to Australia from London, and I can't find one for sale in any of these sections here, I could click on the stuff wanted, and once I go into that section, I could click here, post an ad. Okay, so once again, I'll just choose the stuff wanted, because that's where I want to post my ad to. Now, what kind of stuff do I want? I want tickets. I want tickets back to Australia, so I'll click there. And in here, I put all the details of my listing. So my location at the moment would be London. Posting title, wanted, cheap tickets to Melbourne, Australia for September 2007. And then you put the description of your ad in this section here. So I could write, does anybody have some cheap tickets to Melbourne for September that they are wanting to sell? I need to. Okay, so I'll need to enter my email address as well. Or my name and telephone number. Now that's for Gumtree, so they can verify your ad if they need to. Now here you can choose to hide your email address and anti-spam. You'll also need to put your private contact info for Gumtree, so and a password for the ad. Now when I click preview your ad, it will actually come back and show me an example of how my ad will look. So wanted cheap tickets to Melbourne, Australia for September 2007. The date I listed the ad, and does anybody have some cheap tickets? Now here where it says reply to and the click here to email the poster, when somebody is actually viewing my ad, they can click there and they'll actually be able to send a reply to the ad. So that might be a private person replying to my ad, or it could be travel agents that have read my ad and they have some cheap deals going, so they might email me as well. So all those email offers will come directly into my email inbox. So once I click submit your ad, my ad will actually be listed. So it's that simple.